This is from Jaws. You were on the Indianapolis? What happened?
Japanese submarine slammed 2 torpedoes into our side, Chief. It was coming back from the island of Tinian to Leyte, just delivered the bomb. The Hiroshima bomb. 1,100 men went into the water. The vessel went down in 12 minutes. Didn't see the first shark for about half an hour. Tiger, 13-footer. You know how you know that when you're in the water, Chief? You tell by looking from the dorsal to the tail. What we didn't know was our bomb mission had been so secret, no distress signal had been sent. They didn't even list us overdue for a week. Very first light, Chief. Sharks come cruising. So we formed ourselves into tight groups. You know, it's kind of like old squares in a battle, like you see on a calendar, like the Battle of Waterloo. And the idea was the shark come to the nearest man, and that man he'd start pounding and hollering and screaming, and sometimes the shark would go away. Sometimes he wouldn't go away. Sometimes that shark looks right into you, right into your eyes. You know, the thing about a shark, he's got lifeless eyes, black eyes, like a doll's eyes. When he comes at you, doesn't seem to be living until he bites you. And then those black eyes roll over white, and then you hear that terrible high-pitched screaming, and the ocean turns red, and in spite of all the pounding and hollering, they all come in and rip you to pieces. You know, by the end of that first dawn, lost 100 men. I don't know how many sharks, maybe 1,000. I don't know how many men, they averaged 6 an hour. Thursday morning, Chief, I bumped into an old friend of mine, Irby Robinson, from Cleveland, baseball player, Boston's mate. Thought he was asleep, reached over to wake him up. He bobbed up and down, you know, just like a kind of top, upended. Well, he'd been bitten in half below the waist. Noon the 5th day, Mr. Hooper. Lockheed Ventura saw us, and he swung in low and saw us, and he's a young pilot, a lot younger than Mr. Hooper. Anyway, he saw us and come in low, and 3 hours later, a big fat PBY saw us and come down and start to pick us up. You know, that was the time I was most frightened, waiting for my turn. I'll never put on a life jacket again. So, 1,100 men went into the water, 316 came out. Sharks took the rest June the 29th, 1945. Anyway, we delivered the bomb.